Sawadee Kap and hello from northern Thailand, Chiang Mai to be specific. I'm Josh and I'm here today to talk a little bit about transport in this beautiful country as we are entering the cold season, the winter season. We are still getting some rain, but it's getting less and less, and beautiful sunny days like this are becoming more frequent. It's great, I can't wait for more. Anyway, back to the video, okay? So I'm going to talk to you about how to get around in Thailand because it's something that our teachers really want to know. It has caused some issues, and let me talk you through what those issues are, what the solutions are, and what the best thing to do is. So if you've ever been to Thailand or Southeast Asia, you may already know this, but mopeds, motorbikes, here's one right now, are the best way and the most common way that people get around. I would, maybe not 90%, but majority of the Thai people use mopeds to drive around. And it really is the best way because it's cheap. Renting a moped might be 2.5 grand a month in terms of baht, not pounds. So what's that? That's kind of a bit over 50 quid, something like that for a month. The fueling it is so cheap. You know, getting petrol to fuel a moped is really cheap. You're talking a fiver for a full tank, something like that. Obviously it's not a big tank, so it needs to be done once a week or something like that, but the cost of having a moped is low. And if you are really thinking you're gonna, stay potentially longer than a year and you're really settling, buying a moped is an even cheaper option, because when it comes to the end of when you don't want it anymore, you can sell it and get money back. But renting is the most common way that people do it. So what are the negatives of driving a moped? I guess then there aren't many negatives if you're a confident driver and you're someone who's willing to learn, because you've just got so much freedom. Yes, when it's really hot, it's nicer to be in a car. When it's raining, it's nicer to be in a car. But generally, it's warm all year round, 100% of the time. It's just you've got extreme heat and extreme rain. These are the two kind of factors. Obviously, the roads in Thailand are maybe not quite as well organized as those in the UK, where I'm from. But I've seen so many people, even people who aren't confident to drive at first, just take it slow. If you can ride a bike, then you can drive a moped. It's just about taking it slow. You've got your balancing and getting used to the brakes and the acceleration and knowing how big you are and where you can go. It just takes a bit of time and a bit of practice. So my recommendation for everyone would be to get a moped, to rent one at least for a month and just test it out, see what it's like. See how you get on, go to a car park, get a friend to drive you to a car park and practice. Take it really slow, take it really slow. If you're from the UK, we drive on the left. In Thailand, they also drive on the left. That makes it easy. Don't take any risks. When you're ready, go out onto the road and take it slow. And it will give you so much freedom and you'll feel great if you are able to do that, okay? So that's a number one best option. Number two is a solution for those who just don't want to ride a moped. And we get it, I respect it. Some people just think, no, I can't do it, I'm never gonna do it. In cities like Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Bangkok, the big cities, I've not been to every small city in Thailand, so I can't tell you if it's everywhere, but there's an amazing app called Grab. Okay, it's effectively the Uber of Thailand, and for a very cheap price, £1 or £2, you can get a Grab bike where a very experienced driver who's been driving their whole life will come and you hop on the back and you can travel halfway across the city for £1 or £2. The issue is these do add up, these costs. If you're getting £1 here, £1 here, £1 here, it does work out more expensive than renting a bike and fueling a bike, and you don't have that freedom just to hop on it and go. Obviously you can always get one, order a Grab bike or a Grab taxi car, but it's just a different type of freedom. So it's a great solution for you if you just think, no, I'm not driving a bike. You can either get Grab bike taxis or Grab car taxis, and they are fantastic. Just one more thing to mention about if you are going to drive a bike. It would be a great idea to have some lessons in your home country before you come. If you're feeling like that's something you want to do, consider it. You know, it might be an investment worth making, a few £100 or dollars, just to have a bit of practice. And then in terms of the license, you can't come to Thailand, get a license straight away if you've not ridden a bike before, because you do need a bit of experience. But there are some instances where police will pull, especially foreigners, over and ask for their license. And if you haven't got a license, you've got to pay a fine. I don't know what exactly the fine is. It's not massive, but you don't want it. So getting a Thai license as soon as you can, as soon as you think, okay, I could pass the test. The test is very easy, I've heard. I don't drive a bike, so I haven't done the test. I don't have a license. But yeah, that's something to consider if you are going to drive a bike. Get a license as soon as you can. So there's riding a bike, there's getting Grab taxis, bike and car. I drive a car, mostly because I have a dog. If I didn't have a dog, I would just drive a bike, but I need to take him around, take him to the vet, take him to the park, take him on a trip. He's just sniffing around down there, aren't you, Baba? So that's why I have a car, but it was an incredible investment. Most of my savings that I used to get to Thailand, I bought this car. Most of those savings were gone on the car. So although it's great, and if you have the money, I recommend it, it's great, but I don't think it's something on a teacher's salary is really achievable. My car cost £2,000, and it's not a brand new spanking car. It's an old car, just had to get some work done. That was a few £100s. So it's a lot cheaper to run a car and fuel a car in Thailand, but just buying one is more expensive. The saving grace is they keep their value a lot more than in the West. So I will be able to sell it for 1,500 or more. Whereas in the UK, I bought a car for maybe 1,500, and a year later it was going for kind of 500. That won't happen in Thailand. So a car is an option, but it's a big investment. Bike's the best bet. Grab taxis are your next best bet. Walking, obviously we walk some places, but as your sole mode of transport, walking is not going to really work. A lot of the cities in Thailand are not very walkable, and it's so hot, as you can see from my sweat. It's just too hot. If you're walking 30 minutes to school, even at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be drenched by the time you get to school, and that's not what you want at the start of your day. So walking, yeah, of course you walk a bit, but it can't be your only mode of transport. Even in Bangkok, Bangkok's a separate entity because there is really good public transport, but generally Chiang Rai, down in the south in Trat Champhon, public transport's not going to be an option. It is an option, but it's unreliable. I've never even considered getting it here. I've never seen any buses, trains, anything like that. Because the taxis are so cheap, I would just get a Grab taxi if I wasn't driving. So basically, public transport and walking are not great options as your way to travel. Riding a bike, maybe, but if you're willing to ride a bike on the roads, then I would recommend going for the moped. A car, if you can financially do it and it's something that you'd feel safer and feel like you can travel further, etc., then going for a car is a good option. That's what I've done. But generally, getting a moped is going to be number one, the best option for you in Thailand. Or getting taxis, Grab taxis, car or bike. Those are your transport options in Thailand. I hope I've not waffled too much and I've been clear with my experience. I've lived in Thailand for almost a year and a half, a bit more now. So I've seen various different people traveling in various different ways, but a moped is always the best, cheapest way. And one quick side note is long distance travel is really easy in Thailand, whereas short distance, like getting a bus or a train kind of across the city might be a bit complicated outside of Bangkok. Getting a bus from Chiang Mai to Bangkok and then a train from Bangkok to Surat Thani to go to the islands, that's really easy, really cheap. Great coaches, well, they're not great, but they do the job. Overnight coaches, things like that. Trains, flights are kind of 50 quid to travel within Thailand most of the time. So you don't have to worry about the long distance travel, but have a think about what mode of transport you might choose if you were living over here. And if you have any more questions, you can email me at josh@impact-teaching.com, or check out our website to learn more about all the Thailand options we have. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, appreciated this video, it's given you some useful stuff, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because there'll be more videos coming soon. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you soon. Sawadee krap, Jagan krap.